Welcome everyone to USPW American Wrestling. On tonight's episode, our main event features our world champion, Hawkeye Nikki Champion, taking on the natural Eddie Howard. Plus, we're going to hear from the newest arrival in USPW, Edward Cornell, a huge name from the UK and a former 3-time world champion. But first, we're going to get an update on the health of Josh Thompson after he was brutally injured against Steve Freely. Josh Thompson and Steve Freely clashed in a no DQ match at Stars, Stripes and Slams, and at the end of the fight, Freely put the bottom of his sledgehammer in Josh's mouth, looking to keep his word and destroy Josh's big mouth. He then came off the ropes and kicked the side of Josh's face. Shortly afterwards he won the match, but the announce team at the time asked if Josh had lost some teeth. But we found out the real status of the complete package. He suffered a broken jaw and will now miss a few months of action. Freely is in action later tonight and he's likely to be delighted with the outcome. At Stars, Stripes and Slams, Clutch McCain approached TRT to see if they recognised him, and they shrugged him off rudely, so he asked for this match. He probably regretted it early on as Funky Fedora dominated, taking the crowd out of it and stopping McCain from getting rolling. Eventually he used his quickness to hit some brilliant impactful offense in the comeback, like his swinging double axe fists and his brilliant pitch punch, but Fedora was able to throw a knee up as he went for the punch again, hurting Clutch's hand on the second time, and soon followed it up with his top rope knee drop before pinning the young Clutch. After a beatdown at Stars, Stripes and Slams, Hot Stuff were not here tonight, but they came to us via a pre-recorded video from backstage at the pay-per-view. They said they know who attacked them and they'll be calling them out next week on American Wrestling. Following the semi-final matches, we now have our finalists in the tournament for the vacant USPW National Championship. Cool Hand, Casey Valentine will battle Jacksonville Jack Jackson, and the two deserved finalists look to capture the prestigious belt, but that doesn't tell the full story, and we're going to hear from the disgruntled Kurt Jameson a little later on. Spencer Edmund was disrespectful to Jacob Jett and his friend Roger Cage, and Jett set out to teach the young punk kid a lesson here. Edmund didn't learn a thing though. He continued his cocky ways as the fans rained down boos. His arrogance would cost him too, as he thought he'd hit a back body drop on Jett, but the amazing high-flying fan favourite landed on his feet. And then his version of Code Red, which he calls the Jett Takeoff, he hit that on Edmund and held him down for a pin. After their win at Stars, Stripes and Slams, the Bronze God Zeus was incredibly proud of his tag team champions Atlas and Bash Street. He said they're just getting started and they welcome any challengers. Back to the ring, Kurt Jameson led Marianne Vega to the ring and called out Anthony Trask for his role in costing Kirk his semi-final match against Casey Valentine. But instead of either Trask or Valentine coming out, Jack Jackson, victorious in the other semi-final, strolled to the ring and told Kirk that the two of them are similar and have the same military background. But Kirk wasn't impressed. Jackson's opponent for the finals, Casey Valentine, soon followed him out to the ring and Jackson decided to take his leave. Casey told Kirk that he could have a rematch anytime, and if he wins the national title with red, white and blue, he'll even give Kirk the first shot. Finally, Anthony Trask arrived on the stage and he said that Casey will not win the finals as he'll make sure of that, and the next week he's going to team with Jack Jackson to take on Casey and Kirk in tag team action. Still to come on American Wrestling, Nikki Champion battles Eddie Howard in a non-title main event, and we're going to meet Edward Cornell after he arrived at USPW Stars, Stripes and Slams. Dutch Wilkes continues to impress in the ring and he put in a fine performance against Big Brandon Smith here. Wilkes' usual attacks didn't seem to have much effect on the large fan favourite, but he pressed on and continued to try and take Smith down and stretch his limbs. Late on though, Bulldozer hit a brick wall clothesline and flattened Wilkes. Shortly after, he hoisted the Demon up and dropped him with his inverted pile driver, pinning the submission expert. A successful night at Stars, Stripes and Slams for Nikki Champion and his best friend Running Wolf, but there was some tension in the air between the two Native Americans. Wolf said that he came very, very close to winning the world title and he knows that he could have beaten Champion if it was one-on-one. Champion said they should do that one day, and Wolf said he doesn't see it going well for his best friend. Elsewhere, American Gold weren't playing around tonight. After the disrespect shown to them and having their tag team title opportunity taken from them by the Texas Express, the young studs want to fight their fellow mid-20-year-olds and they're going to find them and take them down. USPW American Wrestling, only on Revelry. Hit subscribe on this channel so you don't miss future episodes, and like, and also get your comments in. Steve Freely is incapable of having a bad match. It helps him that the fans universally hate him, so he can do whatever he wants out there. Morgan Malone, among other fan favourites, are sick of the big man's antics. The man brought the fight to Freely, but he couldn't sustain it against the King of Destruction, who outweighs him by almost 100 pounds. Freely ended up hitting Freely's Comet, the F5, to pick up another big win. After the match, the Dark Destroyer practically licked his lips at the prospect of taking Morgan Malone out. He was going to end the muscular high flyer, but someone else headed out to make the save. The Storm DC Rain, who like Malone has tried to stop Steve Freely in recent weeks. He came in like a house on fire and threw wild shots at Freely, who tried to cover up but eventually dropped to the floor and rolled out of the ring to live to fight another day. Coming next month, Saturday 26th of February 2022, USPW is live on pay-per-view. So far confirmed for the event, we know that the finals of the National Championship Tournament will take place with Casey Valentine battling Jack Jackson, and they have both had great runs to the final. The legendary Enigma, who looks to wind down his career and find a new King of Mystery, will be taking on Brandon Smith, and stay tuned for more match announcements in the coming weeks. The best match of 2022 so far, and a great performance from Eddie Howard here. Big things are expected from him this year, and having Emily McQueen in his corner and matches like this with the world champion are only going to raise his stock. He controlled Hawkeye for much of it, not allowing the champ to get the crowd behind him, but eventually they came alive to the Native American fan favourite. Big chops to Eddie's chest and an overhand tomahawk chops to the head knocked him down and stopped him rebuilding his momentum before the devastating Hawkeye hammer pedigree, a strong hook of the leg, and ultimately a win for Nicky Champion. As expected, Edward Cornell made his presence felt after Nicky Champion's win. He got in the big man's face, but before he could speak, Rich Money headed onto the stage alone. He questioned what Cornell was doing and acted like he was insubordinate in some way, but the Brit pulled a microphone from his pocket. He said that USPW is a nice place and he's impressed by what the likes of Nicky and Rich Money have built, but then he said we will take it from here, and Money again looked unsure before asking who we were. Out of nowhere, a big ripped tan stud rose in the ring behind Nicky Champion and hit him over the back of the head with a forearm smash before putting the boost to the champ. Rich Money was beside himself on the stage, yelling things like "Who the hell is he?" and "This wasn't part of the plan." Cornell beat the stuffing out of Champion before Cornell took his flat cap off and smacked it over Champion's head. It made a loud crack as it hit him, and Cornell rearranged it on his head. A brutal beat down out of nowhere. Tonight we saw Nicky Champion and Eddie Howard put on an amazing main event. The national title scene took another turn, and we have a tag team match next week as a result. Nicky Champion was brutally attacked following Edward Cornell's first promo in USPW, which saw another debut in the big blonde stud at the end. But which storyline or segment beat did you like the most? Join us next time where Edward Cornell will confirm just who this guy was, Hot Stuff reveal who attacked them at Star Stripes and Slams, and American Gold look to get back at the Texas Express for the disrespect they showed them. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode, like the video if you liked it, and get your thoughts and comments in. I just told you that I'm about it. I might take offense if you